time for the first update of the Beast Games board game. If you haven't seen my first video on this, you might want to go back and check it out. This video will be probably a little confusing if you haven't seen it. We are getting way closer to making this a real playable board game. And today I've got some big updates based on your feedback. So let's jump in. First up, packaging. Most of y'all decided that a briefcase would look the best, and I agree. I think Jimmy would definitely do that. So for this prototype, I'll be using this kind of large briefcase, but it'll work just fine. And we'll just put the name of the game right here, which isn't fully worked out yet, but you know, basic ideas. 2, playable characters. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do MrBeast crew, but at the same time, I want maybe 2 Beast Games players just to pick from, even if you can only play with 6 players. So far the players are Jimmy, Carl, Mac, Nolan, Tariq, and Chandler. But it would also be kind of cool to have like Brennan, Jeff, or Akira. Yeah, so I'm not like 100%, but it'll most likely just be MrBeast and his crew. 3, winning the game. Now, last time I did not have a way to win the game, and I didn't know what direction I was really going with, so now I figured it out. We will be going with the token method, not just the first that gets there. So, when you win a mini game, you gain a token. You get last place, you lose a token. Whoever has the most tokens at the end, wins. 4, mini games. Okay, now for the fun part. Y'all gave me some genius ideas last time, so I'm adding some to the game. Okay, here's some of the games. The Golden Ticket. This is basically the hide and seek game to get to the island. Here's the map that it'll be played on, but I'm pretty sure this will be like printed on the board. Each player will draw a card. One says MrBeast. Whoever draws that card will hide the ticket. That person will hide it in one of these houses. The houses are labeled 1 through 6, so that person chooses a number. But that person does not tell anybody this number. Probably have to write down the number. So say, for instance, they choose 2. You won't actually put the ticket here because you don't want people to see it. Now you'll take your character that you're playing as and place them on a house. Every other player will choose a house to stand on. Whatever player picks the correct number wins the game. And we'll get a token. Nobody loses a token this time because there's no last. You only lose a token when there's like a last place in a game, like you did terrible. No offense if you lose, by the way. The coconut game. This idea was from Light Stoppers. I don't have this game completely figured out, just, you know, a basic. This is one of the island games. I think this is the first island game. I'm thinking we'll take a red string and just like lay it at the end. Everybody will have a ball or, you know, something that rolls. Closest to the line wins. If you pass it, you lose a token. If nobody passes it, then the furthest from the line loses a token. Pretty straightforward game. Red phone. When somebody lands on this spot, a red phone will be placed in between 2 players. One of the people that is not playing this game will randomly in the next 30 seconds go ring ring. The first to pick up the phone wins. Ring ring. Hey dude. Can any of you guys tell me who says that? Coin flip. You have no idea how many times that just took. Might have a blooper reel now. Coin flip. I missed completely. So close. I mean, I caught it. Anyways, guess right, win a token. Guess wrong, lose a token. Trolley problem. This one's kind of very involved, so hang in there. I have way too much stuff for this, but I couldn't help myself. Here is the board for this. Yellow tracks. So if you ever wonder why the things randomly change in an edit, it's because they all fell over and I might cut out some of this stuff. There's a yellow track and a red track. The yellow track is the even track and the red is the odd. The player who lands on this space picks another player. That player chooses what track they want to stand on, red or yellow. The first person then rolls a dice. If the roll matches the track with the player, they win. If the roll does not match the one with the player, then they crush their car and they lose. The winner of this challenge will gain a token and the loser loses a token. Mystery button. I found this one laying around and I was like, I could probably use this in my board game. But then I found this one and it's a lot cooler, so I'll probably just end up using the big one. But I don't really have a game necessarily for it. So if you guys remember any of the games where they used a button for some sort of challenge, make sure to leave it down below and how I can incorporate this into the board game. Also, I showed this game last episode, but I made like a prop of like what it could look like. This is the Captain's Choice game. There will be 5 of these lined up, and so your character will just, you know, stand outside. The captain will choose whatever the X goes in. It'll just look a lot cooler than folded pieces of paper. I mean, it would be cool if I could get like that 3D printed into like a real piece, and I'll see what I can do, but I'm not sure if that's possible. All right, now I need your guys' help again. So let's get on to the stuff that still needs to be figured out. What should the name of the game be called? Right now, it's just being called Beast Games, the board game, which is fine. And if that's what you guys want, that's totally fine. That can be the name. But nobody answered that question last time, so we still don't have an official name. Also, do we need more mini games? Now that all the episodes of Beast Games are out, we know every single game that was played. Is there any that we need to like for sure add to the game, or do you think we have like enough? I mean, I feel like we're getting close, but should we have a few more, and what should they be? Some of the spaces will be mini games, and some of them just do nothing. Should every single space do something, or just leave it alone and just have mini games? Or should there be like a totally different side of this that's not just mini games? There's an idea. Should all of these mini games be mandatory every time you play the game, or just when somebody lands on a space? I feel like that would also help the last question with how many spaces and what should they do. Because if every single one is mandatory, I don't feel like we have to have every space do something. You know? Drop your best ideas in the comment section and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. I mean, if you wanted like a mega shoot for the moon goal, playing it with MrBeast and his crew would be like the ultimate goal, but I don't even know if that's physically possible. But there's always a chance, right? Main goal, get this board game done, and then maybe I'll do a video with some of my friends playing it, so you guys can see the whole thing in action. Ooh, random, but should we have like a Beast Games board game building crew name? Would you guys be interested in that? So like when I post an update, I could be like, for the Beast Games board game crew. It has to be shorter than that. It could be like BG squared or something for Beast Games board game, you know? So if you'd like to stay updated and join the crew that doesn't have a name yet, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye! Everybody will... Oh no. How did Jimmy turn around? Bro.